Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is Rosie Aconseja. Today I'm going to talk about the importance when you are inside a job to don't make friends. Why? Because inside the companies, usually people are strangers. For more than I know, half of our life is connecting with our coworkers, but they are coworkers. Because remember, always there are people that they are jealous if you are very smart, and you have titles, and you have masters, and you have experience, and if you get well with your manager or your supervisor, then they are going to feel jealous about you. They are not going to tell you that, but they are going to show it with actions. So they can enter. So be careful when you talk about your personal life with your coworkers, because then they're going to start gossiping, to talk behind your back, to amplify the situation or take away words that you said, and then they tell the manager because they want to kick you out. So watch out with those things. Also, friends are outside the job. I think in a previous video I talked about the same thing, but I want to emphasize because most of people say, "Oh, I don't know why they fire me. I was doing well my job." Yes, but you talk about, and I ask my customers, did you tell about your life to your coworkers? Did you tell them everything that you did with your family, trips, whatever? Oh yes, I used to tell one of my coworkers what I did, how I do it, everything. And I said, well, there you go. People is jealous because they are jealous that you are doing well in your job, and a part of in your personal life you're doing well as well. So some people, they are jealous because they wish to have the life that you're having and they don't. So the way to make you feel miserable is to talk behind your back, and a part of that they change. They use other type of information. They add or they reduce the words that you said, and then and if they see that you have a good relationship with your manager or with your supervisor, they're going to start to talk about you with them, with the manager or supervisor. So they start to make the manager to hate you or to don't like you anymore. So be careful with that. Also, I wanted to say, be careful with I'm going to summarize a little bit of everything in this video. The most important things. That is the first thing. Don't make friends inside your job. Just co-workers. Yes, good. I'm not saying to be nasty, to be unfriendly. No, just nice. Good morning, good afternoon. Do your work, and just talk about job with your coworkers. Don't talk about your personal things if you don't want that someday they feel jealous about you, and they can start. And if you start to upscale, like you start to get promoted or whatever, they can mess up your promotion because people is jealous always and everywhere. They pretend from mouth to out to be nice to you, and I like your blouse, I like your outfit, I like this, I like that, but behind you they are talking really bad things about you. So be careful what you said to them about your personal life and you want to keep your job. Also, look for red flags when in the beginning you are in a project, the manager includes you for everything, and from nowhere your manager start to be distant with you. She or he doesn't want to be in contact with you like they used to before. They send you emails, they avoid talking in person with you. For important projects, they keep you aside. They choose somebody else even there's no it's not their expertise or they don't have skills. They are going to choose them instead you. So that means that they don't like you anymore. You need to see those red flags in your job, that they start to isolate you. Like, for example, you used to share your lunch break with your manager, with your coworker, with who, and they start to make like a group aside. They you can tell that they are uncomfortable when you are around them, and you start to feel like okay, I'm not welcome here. I had to have my lunch in a separate room or a different time or in different place. So those kind of red flags we need to watch out to start to look for a job, because that red flags, it means that they are going to make your life miserable and they want to kick you out from your job. Why? Because nowadays, no, it's like 10 years ago, 20 years ago that companies fire you and they pay your unemployment benefits. So nowadays companies, they want to save money and they're not going to fire you if there is no a big reason to fire you, because that's why when you sign a contract you need to read specifically what it says there, because sometimes they said we fire you if we find this and this and this and this, but people miss because they are excited to sign the contract, they don't read the small letters, and then is when come the problems. So to avoid those stressing situations, remember, if they are start to make your life miserable, is because they cannot kick you out because you're doing right your job. So they start to make you feel uncomfortable until you say, I'm bored. These people is not giving me projects to do. They isolate me. It's time to go. So you have to start to apply in different jobs until you sign the contract. Then you can quit your current job. So watch out for the red flags, okay? I'm not saying, how can I say, I don't want to sound negative or I just want to be realistic and tell you from own experience and experience from my customers that they tell me what's going on in their jobs. So be careful with that. Make sure that those red flags is telling you exactly what you need to do. Don't stay there praying to God or to the universe if the things is going to change. That can be one exemption in 1,000. So yeah, you can be positive person, you can be very committed, responsible, punctual, everything. But sometimes people is jealous because you are that, because you are a good person. And some people, they wish to have what you have, and it's not about material things, not about your car, your house, because used to happen to me. I said, why people is jealous about me? Like 7 years ago and before that, I used to be kicked out from my jobs. And I was like, why they keep me out? They never told me why. I was doing the right thing. And it's because they were jealous about the way that I am. How I am, I'm very kind. I like to help people. I go the extra mile with the customer. I don't work like robots like most of people. They tell them what to do and you do it, and you don't go the extra mile because most of people is, they are not paying me for do the extra miles. I'm not going to do it. And I respect that. But the way that I am is I care about my community. And if I can do the extra mile, I'll do it. I'm not expecting, no, because I'm doing a little more, so I need to get millions of dollars to pay me because I'm working extra, that kind of thing. So people were jealous about the way that I am. They were not jealous because I used to say, but I don't have a new car. I don't have a big house. I live in a small apartment. I don't have, a rich boyfriend or things like that, or handsome boyfriend, that kind of thing. So I said, why they are jealous about me? But they were jealous about the way that I am, the way that I'm with people. I respect people. I treat them as a unique. Every person is special. Every person has their unique personality. So I treat them well. And my coworkers, they were jealous about that. And in that time, I didn't know about it. I said, what's going on here? Yeah, so they start to make my life miserable. They started to isolate me, to send me aside. The manager back in the days, I was doing a lot of work. I was working, too much, and I work well under pressure. But the thing is, they started to take away projects from me. I started to do less, and I was getting bored because I'm a very active person. I like to do things, and mostly if I enjoy my job. But unfortunately, they started to remove. So what that was the signal that it was time to start to look for jobs. So I started to apply for jobs, and after 6 months or something, then I found a better job than the previous one, and I moved out. So that's what I'm telling you guys. Please watch the red flags in your job. Watch out, don't make friends. You can be nice co-worker, but friends is someone that you can trust, that you can be open to it, that you know that person is not going to talk bad from behind your back when you are not in front of them. And it's someone that is going to help you to raise, to grow. They're not going to step on you because they know your information, so they can manipulate that information towards the manager, the director, the whoever is on top, and they can make you kick you out. And you don't want that. And also, when you when you know that it's time to move out, also is when you see that you're not getting promoted after a couple years. If you want to grow inside the company and you don't see that you're not going anywhere, that they stuck you in one corner and you are there forever. There are people that they like to be working in 10, 20, 30 years, as many years as the company allow you. You can stay in that position, and if you like your position, you love what you do, awesome. But if you are the kind of person that you say you accomplish your goals and say, I feel like I can do more than what I'm doing now. So I'm going to look for a different kind of job. I'm going to change my field. I'm going to upgrade my skills. Don't limit your mind. Because I have customers that they have 62, 65 years old. Oh, I'm too old to start over again. I feel like I can do more than that, but I don't know where to start. So I guide them. And I motivate them and I cheer them up. I say, you can do it, but don't put your age, because when you go in an interview, you cannot say, oh, I'm too old to start over again, or I'm too old for this and this and this. Of course, they're not going to give you the job, because companies nowadays, they don't focus in the age. They focus in your skills, experience, and how you're willing to learn. That's why when in an interview by phone or in person or virtually, they ask you, do you know how to do this? Do you know how to do that? You can say, no, it is true. You don't know how to do it, but you can say, I didn't have the chance to learn it, but if you give me the opportunity, I'll be happy to do it. I'm a fast learner, even though you are a slow learner, but you have to sell yourself if you want to get the job. If you want to start to talk negatively about yourself, you're not going to get any job. Because if they say, do you know how to do this? No. Do you know how to do that? No. Did you learn this and this? And no. You sound rude. You sound like you don't care. And they're going to say, oh, we will call you. They never call you. That is a policy of all companies and interviews. They always say they're going to call you, and after a couple of weeks, you don't hear from them anymore. That's why you need to follow up. First, analyze what is your answers and what is your questions. Always have 3 to 5 questions to the interviewer, so they can see that you did your job, that you search for them, you want to know more and better about the company that you are getting into, so they can see. They don't tell you, but they can see, say, oh, even though sometimes they tell you, say, oh, that's a great question. Nobody asked us about this and this and this. So they're going to consider you more than the other participants, because they can see that you did your job. They're not going to tell you, oh, you did a great job looking for us and searching for us. No, they're going to say, oh, that's a good question. And then they can call you for the second, third. Remember, the interviews span because they bring more people to the interview. The first time is going to interview you the manager, for example. If the manager like you and like your answers and your questions, then they want you to meet the director. So that's why they call you for a second or third interview. And the last interview is to sign the contract most of the times. But don't rely on that. Keep applying, keep interviewing until you sign a contract. Don't quit your current job, even part-time or full-time, until you sign the contract. Sometimes at the third or fourth interview, they say, this person, we found somebody else who fits better the position or has more experience or knows more about this and this and this. So that's why you cannot rely in one, because most of people say, oh, I have the second interview, I know I'm going to get the job. And they stop applying, they stop interviewing, and guess what? At the last minute, they can say, sorry, but, and they don't tell you right away. You can be 1 month behind the same company for interviews or for answers, and at the last minute, they can say, no, thank you. So you cannot rely in one company. Until you don't sign a contract, you don't have a job yet. They can interview you 4 or 5 times the same company, but that doesn't mean that they're going to give you the job. They can change their mind at the last minute. They can choose somebody else. So be careful with those things. Okay, my community, thank you for watching my videos, for subscribing to my channel, and for sharing this information with someone who needs it. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Until next time, bye-bye.